Hey guys, how you doing? Hope everyone's having a good weekend. We're going to talk about gratitude and peace today. We're going to talk about loneliness today. I was going to make this video last night, when I fell asleep early so I didn't get a chance to make a video, but this is going to be about the number one thing I wanted to talk to was gratitude. So if I want to feel whole, and if I want to feel peace, and I want to feel contentment, stability, lack of anxiety, then I need to have gratitude. Now, a lot of times people have, in my opinion, a misunderstanding of what gratitude really means. So, gratitude is not the absence of ambition. And I think that a lot of times people think that. Gratitude is simply honoring what you have, but still striving for more if that's what you desire. It's a balancing act. It's a balancing act between not taking what you have for granted, but still maybe having the ambition to go further. So I look at myself and, do I live in the perfect house? Do I drive the perfect car? No. But I have a house. At one point in my life, I struggled just to be able to have an apartment. I struggled just to not be homeless. I was homeless for a few months in my 20s. So I know what that's like. I know what it's like to sleep in my car. I know what it's like to sleep in a campground. I know what it's like to sleep, to rely on the good graces of others, which is a terrible place to be. So, I have to be grateful for the things that I have. When I'm grateful for what I have, and it's the end of the day, and I've worked, and I've gone to the gym, and I've taken care of my dogs, I've gone to jiu-jitsu, I've done all the things I need to do, and I take a walk by myself, I'm able to just enjoy that alone time. But when I'm living in desire, and I'm constantly thinking about all the things I don't have, and I'm looking at, I wish I had this car, I wish I had all these women, I wish I had more money in the bank, I wish I had a mansion, whatever. I'm not saying I wish for those things. I'm saying, these are things that people commonly wish for. But it could be anything. I wish I was a better artist. I wish I was stronger. When I'm constantly in that state of mind, that now I'm getting out of gratitude and I'm getting into desire. And when I'm in desire, I'm in a state of lack. I'm always focused on what I don't have, and I feel a lack. I feel an insecurity. And that's where anxiety comes in. And that's when lust comes in. And all these desires take away from our peace. That's why there was I've mentioned this guy's name before, and I'll mention it again here in this video. Jose Mujica, former president of Uruguay, said, the rich are not those, or the poor are not those who have very little. The poor are those who always want more, because more is never enough. You don't have a car at all. You're young. You get your first car, and it's some piece of shit old Toyota Corolla. And then you work hard. Maybe you upgrade and you get a used older Acura. Maybe a used older Camaro. It's better. It's a huge upgrade. It's a cool car. You like it. And then you get a new Audi. Or maybe you get a new BMW, but it's an A4 or it's a 3 Series. And you want an M4 or an M3 or the S4 or the S5, and then you get that, and then you want a Porsche, and then you get and it just keeps going and going and going and going. But you don't remember that when you were driving that Toyota Corolla, how much you loved that Camaro, or how much you loved that older Acura that you had. I remember my first kind of decent car. My first kind of nice car was I had an 09 Acura TSX, and I loved that car. It had the leather seats. It was fast. It had the V6. It had almost 300 horsepower. It was it was nice. It had the moonroof, the backup camera, everything. And I loved that car. And that was my first decent car. And it was great. It was a great car for me. And then I got the Lexus. And then I got a Cadillac. And it wasn't, and sometimes when I'm in the car, I think about what it was like when I was flat broke, driving a 2002 Toyota Corolla, or when I had a 1997 Honda CR-V. I had a lot of shitty cars. I had a Honda Odyssey. I had a Toyota Avalon with 250,000 miles on it. I had a Toyota 4Runner, an 04 with I had a lot of shitty cars. But when I get into my car now, and I have a Cadillac, it's a newer car. It's really nice. I take care of it. I wash it every month, every week. Vacuum it out. I keep really good care of it. And even though it's not a Mercedes, it's not an AMG, it's not a M5, it's not a Porsche, it's not a Ferrari, but I'm grateful for that Cadillac, because I know I'm not comparing myself to others. I'm comparing myself to where I was. And if you compare yourself to others, someone's always got a faster car. If it's not a faster car, then they've got a yacht. And if it's not a yacht, then they've got a private jet. And if it's not a private jet, then they've got a private island. It could just keep going and going and going and going. And there's always somebody that has something that you don't. There's always somebody that has something a little bit better, a little bit nicer, someone's a little bit stronger, a little bit smarter. And this social media has created this anxiety in people that they're not enough, because they don't have the best car, they don't have the best house, they don't have the best body. And so we really have to ask ourselves, do I want these things because I want to impress somebody else? Because I want someone to view me a certain way? Or do I really want this because I really like this? So gratitude and unfulfilled desires it's always a battle between those two things. In finding the middle path is really about striving for more, because you can't enjoy anything unless you're grateful for it. You know, it doesn't matter. You could be in an M5 and you're like, oh, it's not a Porsche 911 Carrera. This thing sucks, and I won't be happy until I get the Porsche. You're in an M5. You're in a $140,000 BMW. Like, okay, yeah, maybe the Porsche is 200. That M5 is still a hell of a car. So, if we're not grateful for what we have, it won't matter. We'll never be able to enjoy it. So, the biggest thing, and this is going to lead up to my next video because I understand people's attention spans are only so much. But this is going to lead up into my next video, which is going to be about one of the biggest things that can destroy your peace as a man and serve as a distraction and a recipe for disaster for not controlling this. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm going to make another video. I'm out.